Well, the festive season is here, and the Road Traffic Management Corporation is urging motorists to check their vehicle roadworthiness before going on a long journey. There's been a lot of heavy rain this summer, so it's imperative that all the boxes are ticked before taking any long trips. Joining me now is Simon Zwane from the RTMC. Simon, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for your time. So just this tip-off about checking vehicles before setting off, I presume it's based on observations when you stop vehicles, and I believe you already have started doing that, mounting major operations on the key arterial routes across the country.
Yes, indeed, it's based on that. Tula Sizwe. 2 days ago, we had a launch by the minister, and there were many cars there that were subjected to roadworthy tests, and many of them were not passing that. And it was shocking also to see a taxi full of passengers, and the system showed that its brakes were not in a good and proper condition. So that is why we think we should go out on this campaign to urge motorists to really make sure that the vehicles are roadworthy. But also part of ensuring that your vehicle is roadworthy is also renewing your vehicle license disc. Now, we know with load shedding, people would say that they go to the DLTC and they will turn back. You can do it online and then we will deliver your disc at your holiday destination. So make sure that the vehicle is also is properly registered. But even the people's own health, people must also check their own health situation, because some have got chronic conditions. Now, with chronic conditions, it becomes difficult if you're going to be traveling long distances.
Yeah.
So they must also make sure that they've gone for their own health checks and they've got their medication with them as they travel.
Which categories of vehicles, Simon, tend to be particularly problematic? Because, you know, anecdotal observation we can share and go back and forth. But I believe, you know, most motorists will have anecdotal experiences that will say this particular category of vehicle and operator tends to be problematic on the roads. So I just want to hear it from you as the authorities. What do you find? Which categories are problematic?
It's really across the board. But we become extremely concerned with passenger vehicles when those are not in a roadworthy situation, because when those then fail, when the brakes in those cars fail or tires fail, we experience a high number of fatalities. But our own investigation has also shown that even trucks are driving around with faulty brakes and smooth tires. So those two categories of vehicles, we will really want to have them checked. Yeah.
Lastly, Simon, before I run out of time, I'm almost out of time. It's one thing to appeal to the goodness and the conscience of vehicle drivers to do the right thing and make sure that their vehicles are roadworthy. It's quite another to then enforce that. You have the authority to enforce that. And let me just bluntly suggest to you that when it comes to that, yourselves as well as your partners at the metro traffic departments and local authorities have really dropped the ball. There are instances where you see vehicles on the N4 headed for Mozambique, for example, N1 headed for the border with Zimbabwe, laden, clearly overloaded. And you ask yourself, how is this vehicle operating between two countries? And it will get through and drive all the way to its destination. Is that a fair criticism that says you have dropped the ball when it comes to law enforcement? Speed trapping, I don't see it anymore.
No, you do have a point in terms of the overloading of those vehicles that go towards the borders. But this year we want to stop them even before they leave their places of origin. That is, before they drive out of Joburg or drive off Ekurhuleni, wherever they come from. They should be stopped from there, and the loads must be readjusted accordingly. And the speeds are still there. I don't know which side you've been traveling, but we're still doing speed operations. And this year we told you that this year we also have our e-force. Our guys are having the e-force. So if traveling with a fake driving vehicle license disc, you are going to be found out because the technology that you are using is able to check live with a notice. So you can't escape. They will not be able to escape.
All right, Simon, let's leave the conversation here for now. I do believe you and I will continue to talk because, we may make light of it from time to time here and there, but actually at the heart of it, it's people's lives. And the last thing we want is to be counting the toll at the end of the festive season. Simon Zwane speaks on behalf of the RTMC, talking to us about preparations for the upcoming festive season.